Well, hello. I thought I would make short videos of the hostels where I have stayed to give you a couple of pros and also a couple of cons. And the first one is going to be the most popular video that I have still going on after almost 3 years is the one in New York City. It's Upper West Side. I only stay in the HI hostels, which are Hosteling International, USA. So right here I have put, and I do have a full video about the inside the hostel I am going to put a link to. I have the address and all the contact information to this particular one. It's, like I said, it's in the Upper West Side. The pros to it, it is in the Upper West Side. It's near Central Park. It's near Columbus Circle, Columbia University. It's in a quiet part of the city, which I did not know there was a quiet part to Manhattan, but there is. It's very historic buildings that I really enjoyed. Also, I'm a subway person. I'm a subway rat. You can get down to Times Square on the subway. Took me 10 minutes or less. I also Ubered down there. Took me longer to get there Ubering than the subway. But both are very convenient. Both are accessible and inexpensive. So I was there Thanksgiving 2019, pre-pandemic. I have not traveled since the pandemic. This was the pro. This is my number one 5-star place that I have stayed, and I'm going to put 5-star and include hotels and Airbnbs and whatnot. This is my favorite place that I have stayed. Why is it like that? Number one, it was clean. They were cleaning all the time. I mentioned something to one of the workers that he was washing the walls. I said, every time I come out here, you're cleaning. They said, we try. Cleanest place I have ever seen in my entire life. Number two, very hospitable, very accommodating. I was there Thanksgiving, like I said, for Thanksgiving dinner. They had it catered. It was totally free. It was a full Thanksgiving dinner. I had been the year before, stayed in a hotel that I paid $600 a night for, and got a dinner in town there near Bryant Park. Very good dinner, but that was for two was $100, which wasn't bad. But it was free up in the hostel, and it was just as much food, and it was a traditional Thanksgiving dinner, American Thanksgiving dinner. They are very accommodating. I will say that if you need special accommodations, you need to call them when you make your when you make your reservations. If you make your reservations online, please call them with special accommodations. Like, for instance, I like bottom bunk. I put that in my reservation online, but they say that they don't get those messages. And so when I got there, they had me on a top bunk and speaking to the manager, and it took a while, but they put me in another room, and it turned out that they had no one else in that room that weekend, so I got a room for 4 for free. It was a private room. It wasn't for free. I had to pay, but I didn't have to pay for 4 spaces. I paid for my own space, but I had the room to myself. So they were very accommodating. They do have tours. They took people Thanksgiving. They took people who wanted to go see the Macy's parade. They went there, and they did other tours too, at a very low, reasonable price, which was basically the tip for the host taking you to show you around New York. You get a free continental breakfast each morning. They have a cafe inside the building, which I love because I didn't like traveling around New York by myself. I wasn't there to see the city. I was there as a layover to go cross country on the train. So I was headed to the West Coast. So like a lot of people in there, they're international travelers. They're there for business. They're not there just to see the sights, so to speak. So they do have a nice cafe there. You don't have to go looking for food. It's nice, it's reasonable, it's good food. So can't say anything else about the place. And for cons, I don't have any cons. I really can't think of any cons about it other than, in my experience, I did not call them ahead of time to request a bottom bunk, and so that was my mistake, but they did accommodate. They went out of their way to accommodate that. Another thing that was not their fault was the subway got stuck. I wasn't on it, it just didn't come. But somebody told me that a lot of college students throw junk, as I said, throw junk on the tracks, so the tracks were covered in something up further along the line, so the subway didn't run for a while. That was a little minor inconvenience, but I cannot think of a con to this area. I cannot think of a con, and at the time, I paid, I think, like $65 a night. Where else in Manhattan can you get a room like this? It's been brought to my attention in the comments section on my main video about this particular hostel that the prices have gone up. Well, I expect they have gone up, and I don't know what exactly they are now. That's why I'm showing you their website. Just check it out and see, and I feel pretty sure that they still are very, very reasonable. Like I said, the year before, I got a hotel down below Columbus Circle on the parade route for Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. I paid $600 a night, and 10% less a couple miles up the road at the hostel would have been 10% less. I mean 90%, whatever percent less. Only $16, yeah, 10% less. Oh Lordy! But what I am going to show you real quick, that tells you everything that they've got. But I'm going to show you the accommodations. If you don't like sharing, you don't have to share. You can get a private room. I think if I ever go back, and I hope to one day, I will get the private room, so I don't have to go with anybody else. It is cheaper. It is cheaper the more that you have in your room. So they have the private quad, four bedroom, 2 bunks. Then they have the 8 standard dorm, 8 people. And then they have the premium dorm. This looks like the color of the one I had. I don't know exactly what the difference is. By 4 people. I know we got shower shoes, and I know we got a little bit extra things that we had to do. Then we have a private family room, 4 beds in it. And then we have a private family ensuite with 4 beds in it. So, and then they do groups. Here's a link for group travel, 10 or more. And that's all I'm going to say about this. It's longer than I wanted it to be. But I want to say thank you for watching. This is one of my most popular videos about hosteling. I will cover all 4 of them. And I do appreciate you. If you have any questions, comments, anything to add, please post it below. One more thing I want to say is that please read before you make reservations the fine print. Some of these you have to be a member of a HI. Some you don't. It's just easier to join, and membership is in the link right up here. It is very inexpensive. I don't know what they're charging now. I don't want to make this too long, but they have all kinds of opportunities. So I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy your travel. A lot of people are traveling out. This is a great place to stay. It's my favorite place that I have stayed, bar none Airbnb, hotels, or anything. Okay, until next time, happy traveling and stay safe.